Megu or Kana? I'm sure you guys are deciding between these two characters. Which one should you pull for your account? But first things first, if you guys are not aware, right now we're having double account EXP campaign. So that means every single stage that you are participating in the game, as long as it uses stamina, it will give you EXP. And if you have a new account, this is going to be a big benefit to you. Now let's talk about Megu or Kana. Which character do you want to pull for? If you guys are not aware, there's going to be a free 100 pulls coming soon. Alright, this is going to be on 1st of August, literally within 2 days time. 100 pulls, you get to decide which one you want to pull for. Between the two new banners, they are both really unique, really strong. So let's talk about it. Now before you proceed, keep in mind this 100 free pulls is going to be 10 pulls per day over the course of 10 days, not getting it instantly. So it's going to be very similar with how they did it previously in the past. So you can see right now it's going to start 1st of August. It will end at 11th of August. So make sure you guys log in every single day. Do not miss any single pull at all. Now before we move on further to talk about both of them, I just want you guys to be aware that both Megu and Kana are not limited characters. So that means they won't go away, but they'll be added to the standard pool where you will have a chance to obtain them in the future. So don't be too worried or too flustered about them if you don't get them. So for most players, you want to pay attention to the next two limited characters, which is going to be Toki and Nagisa. So that's going to perhaps happen somewhere end of August. So first, let's talk about Megu and Kana. What do we have? What can we talk about them? Who is the better choice? You're gonna get 100 free pulls in the particular banner. To PT a character, you will need to reach 200 before you can basically spark them. Alright, so the system in this game basically is based upon this particular spark system, where if you have collect or accumulated 200 points, you will be able to obtain them or acquire them via the PT system. However, 100 pulls is not enough. Like I mentioned, you only get up to 100 points. Whether you want to top up an additional 100 pulls on your own, if you don't get them, that's going to depend on you. So let's first talk about how strong both Megu and Kana are. Now, first things first, Megu. I do think that Megu is going to be one of the more unique characters in the game. She is an explosive type, and she's a special type in terms of her defense. Alright, so what can she do? She's a 5-cost attacker, and you can see she does damage in terms of like a cone area, alright, like a fan shape area, increase attack as well, and ignore normal attack delay for 30 seconds. So this is going to be a decent damage, not a single target, but rather an AoE attacker at 5 costs. Alright, her normal skill, every 40 seconds, she will inflict up to 34% continuous damage to enemies within a circular area. Alright, she can do additional AoE every few seconds. Passive skills, she increased defense and attack, because she's somewhat of a frontline attacker. Very unique weapon though. And then the sub skill, every 50 attacks, she recovers HP. She can heal herself. So I do think that she's the first character in the game to use a flamethrower. Alright, so that's going to be something that's very unique. It's called Meguma Power. Literally very unique weapon that she has. Perhaps the only character, as far as I know, in Blue Archive that uses this weapon right now. So in that sense, she's certainly one of a kind. But in terms of being an explosive type AoE damage dealer, we already have plenty of other options. Like Mutsuki is going to be one very common example that I can bring up alongside with Akari or Suzumi, because those three characters, you literally get them for free. Alongside with a few others, we had New Year Aru recently. She's also an explosive type. We have Swimsuit Hina, which is a very decent AoE character. She's limited, but if you have her 3 costs, she's going to be able to do quite a lot of things as well. We have Aru, which I believe a lot of players have access to, and also the regular Hina alongside as well. So you can see quite a lot of competition in terms of what Megu can do. She doesn't stand out compared to the rest of the explosive characters. That's just based on what I can see right now. Now, is she bad? I don't think she is. I do think that if you have her, she's going to be a solid overall unit for AoE characters. If you're trying to blitz through either the story mode, campaign, she will be able to help you out. 5 cost is a little bit on the higher side though for what she can do, but that's just what I think. So let's talk about Kana then. Is Kana a better character overall? So Kana is a pure penetration type. You can see even her defense type is heavy, so she's going to be a little bit different. Kana is also a special type, so she's a character that stays at the back. She doesn't go to the front as like being a striker. 3 cause she does damage to one enemy, and then up to 50% of the damage done by the allies to that enemy is added up for 15 seconds, and the resulting damage is done again as a penetration type. Now this is a very unique ability. It's similar to Wakamo, where you basically stack or like you apply a debuff on the enemy, and for a period of time, in this case 15 seconds, if the enemy receives damage throughout, all the damage accumulated during that period is going to be applied again up to 50% of the damage. So that is going to be pretty insane. Alright, if you think about it that way, this damage cannot crit. Alright, maximum amount of damage that can be accumulated is up to 2691% of Kana's attack. So she's going to be very unique in that sense. So she is a damage dealer in her own rights, as you can see. What else can she do? Normal skill, 30 seconds, she's going to do damage to one enemy, up to 375%, and also reduce defense. I do like this ability a lot. This is, even though it's a single target, but defense reduction, very, very useful in raids. And then passive skill, increase her own attack. And the last sub skill you can see, increase attack of penetration type allies, meaning the yellow type allies, by up to 24.2%. So very, very similar to Bunny Akane in that sense, right? So I do think that Kana is going to be a better pick if we are talking about meta-wise. If you're looking just the perspective of what they can both bring to the table between Kana and Megu, I do think that Kana overall has something that's way more unique and more useful overall for a lot of raids, because right now there's not many other characters that can do this particular thing. The closest competition to maybe Kana is perhaps maybe Karin or Casual Saya, because they are both like special type that also does like the same role, doing damage to penetration yellow type bosses, right? So there's that. Now, do you really need Kana though? Do you need to have her? Is she like a must-have? I don't think so. I don't think Kana is like a must-have. If you miss out on Kana, I don't think it's the end of the world, considering that most players already have Mika. I think Mika is already going to do a lot of damage. If you are still struggling in the penetration or yellow type bosses, chances are it's probably going to be your other characters, or it's going to be your Mika's overall gears or skill level, etc. You don't really need Kana, but I can see that she will have a lot of potential in any of the penetration yellow bosses in the future. She will definitely get an edge apart from Megu. Now personally, I'm just going to do 100 pulls on Kana's banner. I don't think I'm going to spend extra. We'll see how it goes. But for the time being, I am very, very happy with 100 free pulls for sure, right? But saving for both Toki and Nagisa is going to be the dream, the mission, and the goal right there. So I hope that's what you guys are doing as well, because both Toki and Nagisa, they are the ones that's like a must-have. They are both limited, unlike Megu and Kana, which you have a chance to get them still in the Toki and Nagisa's banner. So always take that, look at it from that perspective, right? So that's just my advice generally. Let me know what you guys think. Alright, as always, if you guys haven't already, subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.